Max Baucus has finally announced that he is moving forward from the Senate Finance Committee with a bill. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. It's the final committee that's going to put together a health care bill. Now, here's the real drama, and this is why this is breaking news. Does he have any Republicans on board? All those compromises, all of those concessions, all of the ways that they changed the bill, even to compromise with Joe Wilson and purposely go out of their way to make sure that no illegal immigrants could get any kind of insurance, which they could before, right? So they've done all of this. No public option, no nothing. And in the end, what did he get? You know it, I know it, the American people know it. Donut. Not a single Republican signed on. Not Grassley, not Enzi, not any of the Gang of Six, and not even Olympia Snowe, the so-called moderate Republican from Maine. So after all those concessions, Max Baucus got squat. No bipartisanship at all. No veneer, no cover. Okay? So now, this is actually good news. Why? Because Max Baucus's bill sucks. Okay, it's a disastrous bill. Wendell Potter, who used to work for the healthcare industry, is one of their top PR guys, has now retired and come out swinging and telling the secrets of the trade and how they rook you. He says Baucus's bill is, quote, an absolute gift to the insurance industry. Almost every clause is structured to help the healthcare insurance industry make more money, including the mandates where you have to buy insurance, but there is no competition from a public option, so you have to buy it from the insurance companies. That you cannot negotiate Medicare prices with the pharmaceutical companies, and the list goes on and on. It's a Christmas tree for the healthcare companies. Max Baucus completely in their pocket. Now, so why is it good news that he got no bipartisan deal on this? Because the corporatist Democrats were desperate to say, what could we do? Because Olympia Snowe and the Gang of Six were going to have agreed to this as a bipartisan deal. We had to do some compromises. So, golly gee willikers, we passed a bill that winds up helping the healthcare industry more than anything else. But now they can't say that because none of the Republicans signed on to it. So then we rightfully ask, so why did you do all those compromises? Why are they still in there? Why is there no public option? Why are we not allowed to negotiate with the pharmaceutical companies? And the list goes on and on. Why is this bill so bad if you couldn't get a single Republican vote? Why don't we put back the provisions we like in it? And he doesn't have an answer to that. And here's another encouraging news. Jay Rockefeller, who is also on the Finance Committee but was not a part of the Gang of Six. And he has been, at times frustratingly similar positions to the Republicans on other issues. But he cares deeply about health care. And he has come out and said, I will not vote for that Baucus bill. He said, quote, no way. I am not going forward with that bill. He does not like the fact that there is no public option. He does not like that there is changes to Medicaid in a way that he thinks hurts poor people in this country, especially in his state of West Virginia. He does not like the changes to the SCHIP program, State Children's Health Insurance Program, and he thinks in the end that it is not affordable enough for the average American. Okay. Now look, I report on the ups and downs of how this healthcare reform debate is going and where the public option stands today and where it doesn't stand. And then it leads people to the impression, some people I've seen in the comments and the emails are saying, hey, Jake, you keep changing your mind on it. No, I'm not changing my mind on it. I'm reporting to you the ups and downs that are happening every single day. Pelosi says she's in favor of it, then she backs down. Obama says yes, then he says no. And we got to report that to you on it. And it's an incredible and interesting drama. And now Rockefeller coming out so strongly against the Baucus bill. Baucus getting no Republicans. All of a sudden, there's a little hope again. Okay, so that goes towards answering our questions from yesterday. Remember, I had asked you 3 questions, and let me give you the results real quick. Do you think the White House has given up on the public option? And 65% said yes, they have. 14% said no, and 19% were unsure. Now, I'm in the 65% category, but I'm going to get beyond that, okay? And I'm going to focus on the other parts of what we can do to change their minds, even if we believe that. That goes to question number 2. And it was, if the White House explicitly indicates that they have dropped the public option from the healthcare reform, should we continue to fight for it? Now, I think this is the most important question because do we really think we got a shot if the White House has already given up on it? And now you see that some progressives in the House are fighting it, and even some progressives in the Senate might be in our camp. Well, that's got to be good enough to fight forward. And the poll overwhelmingly agrees. 93% of you guys that voted on our poll on theyoungturks.com said we should fight. 6% said, no. And I tell you, sometimes I get discouraged. Sometimes I feel like maybe we should go in that no category. What's the point? These guys are going to win no matter what happens. Big money always wins, right? But, hey, look, you know what? If they're going to win this time, then they got to win after getting over us. And they might crush us and they might step over us. But I'm with the 93%. We fight. We fight. All right. And finally, this is also a very important one. The third question was, if we have health care reform bill without the public option, should progressives in Congress vote no? Now that's tough, meaning no health care reform at all if it doesn't have a public option. 80% of you that voted on theyoungturks.com, it's not a scientific poll, I don't want anybody to get mistaken, but we asked you guys, 80% said they should vote no if there's no public option. 19% said they should vote yes. So, given those numbers, let's go forward. Okay, let's support the Jay Rockefellers in the Senate. Let's support the Progressive Caucus in the House, and let's stay strong. No public option, then we don't have a bill. And this Max Baucus bill is terrible, and we're not going to go in that direction. And so, in the beginning of this fight, it is important that we concentrate on this. The version of health care reform that we should get out of the Senate is the Ted Kennedy version. Why do I call it the Ted Kennedy version? It's because it was his committee that wrote that version. And in that version, it has the public option. And wouldn't it be dishonoring the memory of Teddy Kennedy if the Senate and Harry Reid and Barack Obama voted for a version of health care reform that was not the Ted Kennedy version? It seems like it would be, wouldn't it? Let's push for, and I want everybody to call it this, the Ted Kennedy version of health care reform as it was written in his committee, what they call the HELP committee, the Health, Labor, Pension, etc., Education Committee. Okay, so Ted Kennedy version, and then that's point number one in our attack. Point number two will be, at some point, if we get that version, no Democrat can join a Republican filibuster of it. Now, I'm going to see exactly how we're going to word this and frame this, etc., but if it's up to me, any Democrat that joins a Republican filibuster of the Ted Kennedy version of health care reform should never see a single cent from another progressive in the country. We should never put them on a list and never send them another donation. And if the DNC is funneling your donations through to them, then don't give the DNC. So we'll take those one step at a time. For now, all the pressure has to go on Harry Reid, who's going to make that decision. Which version of health care reform do we want? We want the Ted Kennedy version.